First alert weather, as beautiful as this week is shaping up to be, and I think we'd all agree today was just
perfect,
home run,
right?
Yeah. Dramatic change by the weekend, right?
Yeah, Friday and into Saturday is when we're really going to have to remain weather aware. And I want to show you what we've got going on because we haven't seen weather quite like this in a little while. We've had this nice dry stretch, but this is to come. So we get into Friday morning, we're dealing with isolated showers. Then our coverage starts to build. This is as we head into Friday evening. This continues overnight and into Saturday. And you can see right as that cold front starts to roll through. And then unfortunately, it does look to linger for a good portion of Saturday. Heavy rains and also a threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. Timing mainly going to be Friday evening into the first half of Saturday. That's why we've issued those first alert weather days through that time frame. And it's especially that Friday evening and early overnight time frame that we will be looking at that threat for some stronger storms. So keep that in mind if you've got football Friday night plans, any outdoor plans to start the weekend off. These are going to be a couple of days to watch. Just make sure you're checking back in on the forecast as we inch closer. Today, though, was really nice. We hit 81 degrees this afternoon at DFW. That marks 20 above average days for the month of October and just one below average day so far this month. We do have more above average days ahead of us. Here's a look at your almanac for today. We were still a couple of degrees above normal. Normal is now 77 degrees. Our morning low, 65. 10 degrees above normal. Normal is now the middle 50s. We'll be closer to that tomorrow, and here's why. Our dew points today, a whole lot lower than they were yesterday. In fact, yesterday these dew points were sitting in the 60s. Tonight, those dew points are in the 30s. It's that very dry feel to the air. I'm sure you've noticed it if you have stepped outside today. That was a dry cold front that moved through this morning and ushered in that very dry air across North Texas. As a result, when you're dealing with drier air, that radiational cooling is a bit steeper, which means tomorrow morning we'll start off a bit colder. We'll be talking the middle 50s tomorrow morning for the Metroplex. Check out spots along the Red River, upper 40s for places like Bowie, really all of our Red River counties. It's going to be a cool start there, so jacket weather out the door. We get into the rest of tomorrow, mid 70s by lunchtime, back to the low 80s with a lot of sunshine. Then those rain chances start to build. Isolated shower chance Thursday. I think most of it is to our west and to our north on Thursday as this warm front lifts through North Texas. By Friday, first half of the day, it's spotty showers. Then this arrives Friday evening and early overnight into Saturday as that cold front rolls in. It looks messy because it will be as we get into the end of this week. So make sure you're keeping that in mind with those outdoor plans. And as I mentioned, make sure you are checking in on the forecast as we get a bit closer here. Want to give you a look at that 7-day forecast. Here's how things are shaking out. Those first alert weather days for Friday and for Saturday. We get into Sunday. I think most of us are clearing up by that point. The nicer weekend day with highs in the upper 70s. Monday looks nice and dry there, and then a few shower chances build once again middle of next week. We'll be right back.